Wow.
That's a good old Saudi sandstorm.
That is funny. I can't imagine who people were outside. I can look, they gotta get out the car.
What time is it right now?
5:36.
5:30 in the afternoon.
It looks like it's about
It blew
9 o'clock at
in
night.
literally 3 minutes ago. That's one of those biblical proportion storms.
I'm so glad I'm at home. I don't have to get out of the car. Oh, can you imagine all that sand everywhere? You can't even, like, the sun is completely blocked out. Hello family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and this channel is all about beauty, fashion, and life. Now, for those of you who've been watching, you know that I've recently moved across the world, not even cross country, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You probably know where I was then. I just said the Middle East, but that's where I was living. And I moved back to home, or not to my home, but to Texas. So I did a little vlogging, which is not my forte. Normally production does all of the videoing for my videos, but, ooh, is that's the UPS man. Excuse me, UPS man. He normally does all of the videoing for my channel. I am very, very, very fresh at doing it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm learning. So I tried to capture some bits and pieces about Riyadh or my exit from Riyadh. And I did leave Riyadh and went to spend 6 days with Ronnie. I don't know if you saw Ronnie, but if you watched my watermelon challenge video, that's Ronnie. She is my very, very close sister friend. I stayed with her in Jeddah, and then I left Jeddah and I spent 6 more days with my girlfriend Cordelia in Dubai. Got told it is. Oh my God, look at that. So I try to capture a little bit of each one of those. Again, I'm new at vlogging. But I'll be doing more of it. But I have some pictures, a little bit of video of each step of the way, and then my arrival in Texas. So if that is something you're interested in seeing, then stay tuned. Now, let's get started. I was in Saudi Arabia for 5.5 years working as a nurse. Production, my husband Benjamin was there 5 years, honey. 5 years. I met him in Saudi Arabia. We met there, so I was there about 6 months prior to him arriving. Or I came in January, he came in June, and we met in August. So I was there a little bit longer than he. He left 2.5 weeks to come back home before I did. We decided to come to Texas because he has a job here. He's a helicopter pilot, and which it was meant to be because my daughter is here now. She's 15 minutes away from me, so that's great. She was extremely excited to see me. I hadn't seen her in a little bit over 2 years because of the, you know, what was going on, the COVID. So that's the reason we left Saudi Arabia, because my husband got a job here. A lot of people will ask me, what do I think about it? Life is what you make of it. Where you live is what you make of it. As adults, if you live somewhere and you don't like it, you have the option to stay or to leave. There were really, really good things that I found there. I found my husband. So, hey, that was the best thing I could have ever gotten from Saudi Arabia was my husband. So I have very, very fond memories. I met some amazing people, some people who will be friends for the rest of my life. I love the fact that it is in the center of all the places you want to travel in the world. I think we traveled to Egypt. How long was that flight, honey? An hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yes.
Very, very short flight, few $100s. You could go there. You could fly to South Africa. You could go to Europe. You could go to everywhere is right around there. So flights were a lot cheaper than flying from home. And what was really nice was everyone that's there is accustomed to flying and traveling. So that was really, really nice because I myself had only been outside of the continental United States once. I went to the Philippines for 2.5 weeks with one of my friends, Helen. I was in her wedding. So I had never actually been outside of the country. So I took a leap of faith and prayed about it and asked Jesus just a plan for me, and he didn't tell me not to go. So I prayed and he'll take care of me, and he did. He did above and beyond what I could have ever asked for. I met some just amazing people. I would not trade this experience for anything in the world. And I remember before I left, I only told a few people that I was going to Saudi Arabia, and I remember this one lady in particular, I won't say her name, was like, "You're going over there for, why would you do that?" Can you imagine had I listened to her and decided not to stay, not to go and stay at home, and I was miserable. I was pretty miserable at that point in my life anyway. But had I listened to her and stayed and not went, I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have met Ronnie and Angie and Tara, and I wouldn't have traveled to the places I've been blessed enough to travel. I wouldn't have been as financially stable as I am. I wouldn't have had this enriching, life-changing story to tell. I wouldn't have started a YouTube channel. I started all of that while I was there. And the one thing I learned about being an expat, which means living outside of your country of origin, is in the Middle East and areas over there, they really put a huge focus on work-life balance. Like in the States, you get a week vacation, 2 weeks if you're lucky. We had up to 50, I think the longest vacation, I think I had the 56 vacation days one year because the king gave us extra days. But on average, we had like 52 days of vacation a year. Like who gives you that? And you have the opportunity to travel the world for a lot less than you would if you were in the United States. So they really value work-life balance. They want you to have a great home life, because if you have a great home life, all of that would transition into the way you feel and the way you behave at work. And so that was a huge focus and very valuable to them. And I really appreciated that and loved that. So I got my first trip was to Italy with three of it was me, Ruth, Riley, and Elizabeth. They came at the same time I did. We came through the same company. And as soon as we could fly out, we went to Italy. So I got to see the Colosseum and all the mechanisms behind that to make it work, and just to see a different culture, hear people speaking a different language. The food, oh my God, the food in Italy was so good. And just to see something outside of what I normally see in the United States. So, when you're in that bubble at home, what is normal to you is normal to you, and that's the way your mind works and how you think life is supposed to be and how you think things are supposed to be done. But when you open yourself up and you trust and believe in God like I did, that I'll be taken care of, and you go out and just do it, your mind is opened up to so many more amazing experiences, and to see people, not just see these people on television, but see them in their native habitat and the foods that they eat compared to the foods that you eat. And it allows you to think in a different way. This is the way we do it at home, but that's not necessarily the best way. It's just the way we do it at home, and that's all we know. Getting to meet people from all over the world. Like on a daily basis, you're at work and you meet people you're seeing and you're interacting with people from Malaysia, from the Philippines, from South Africa, from the UK, from Singapore, from all over the world. And it's just amazing to hear the stories and hear the innuendos and hear the different speeches, or not speeches, what is it? To hear the different enunciation of words. And most people thought my Southern accent, I don't know I have a Southern accent. I know it because everybody says it, and some people found that just my accent fascinating. I thought that was funny. It's just who I am, but it was a very enriching and life-changing experience, and I just wouldn't change it for the world. So I recommend, if you ever have the opportunity in life to just kind of pick up and go, even if it's for a short period of time, do it. Why not? I really feel sorry for people who are scared to fly, because there is so much you will miss out on in meeting people. I wouldn't have met KJ, I wouldn't have gotten those paintings. I went to go see, I got to see the sail that Nelson Mandela laid in. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not taken that risk and taken the chance to leave my comfort and trust in God and just move on. I got to go to Singapore, I got to go to Bali. I mean, just going inside the Colosseum and like it's just fascinating to seeing all those old ruins, and you see them on television, but there's nothing like seeing it in person and touching the Trevi Fountain and just all those life-changing moments and meeting people and the smiles and the culture and just being engrossed in another culture and learning another language and learning to say good morning, sabah khair, good evening, sabah nur in a different language, and just I wouldn't have got to do that had I not trusted and left home and just trusted that God would take care of me. So I say all that to say I do not regret leaving home and moving to Saudi Arabia whatsoever at all. It was an amazing, life-changing experience, and I would not trade it for anything in the world. So it was a long, challenging process to leave, only because I have a YouTube channel and I had, as you can see, lots and lots and lots of clothes. So there are only two ways you can ship your stuff, no liquids. So that was another challenge. I had to give away all of my shampoo and my conditioner and all that stuff. You can fly your things or you can ship them. Flying will cost you, shipping is expensive as is, but flying will cost you so much more. So we shipped a couple of boxes which haven't arrived yet. We've been here, you've been here 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks now. They haven't arrived yet. So I have very, very few clothes. Everything else we shipped on, as you can see, this is my new studio space. Everything else we shipped on the boat, and there were over 35 boxes, big boxes. So we paid thousands of dollars to have our stuff shipped. So if you see my videos for the next few weeks and I'm not doing a lot of pairing shoes and everything with clothes, it's because I don't have any. All my clothes are on the boat. But yeah, that was a process. We had to pack that house, and it took a whole solid week, every day, all day long, of packing with assistance. Had 2 or 3 yard sales to sell the stuff in the house before we finally did our final exit, and that was it. It was surreal. I cried on the plane. I really cried when I left Jeddah, because when I left Jeddah to go to Dubai, Jeddah is a part of Saudi Arabia, Dubai is not. So that was my final step in Saudi Arabia, leaving to go to Dubai. So I cried a heart-wrenching cry on the plane in the corner by myself for a few minutes, and then I was done, because it was the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, and just the unknown and the newness of it all. I'm very good with changes and life, things happening in life, but major changes I struggle with, but God always makes a way, and I always get through it. Had a great time in Jeddah with Ronnie, had an amazing time in Dubai with Cordelia, and was so happy to get home. My husband was very happy to see me at the airport, and my daughter was extremely happy to see me when I got home. She hadn't seen me in 2 years again, and she's an only child, so she missed her mommy tremendously. I missed some milestones in her life, her wedding and her graduation from undergrad, but I'll be there for grad school. So I'm here now. I'll still be putting out content twice a week. So just kind of bear with me if things don't look quite the same at first. I am still trying, and my goal is to provide excellent content for you guys. And I greatly appreciate your continued support and your comments. I really appreciate it. And I try to read all of them. I don't think I get to all, but I really try to, and respond as much as possible. Now, I'll go ahead and show you a little bit of my leaving and transferring to the U.S. process. All right. To the airport. This is the beginning of my very first vlog. I guess I'll show a little footage of me leaving Riyadh. So I'm sitting in the airport lounge waiting on my flight out of the country, feeling somewhat anxious, very optimistic, excited. This is a huge new step, a new journey for me. I'm excited about it, nervous though, but excited nonetheless. This ended a chapter in my life that has been monumental, like life-changing. It changed everything. It changed the projection of my path. I've come here, I started my channel, I got peace, I got rest, I met my husband, I met some lifelong friends, and it makes me a little sad when I think about them because I'm gonna miss them a great deal. I'm gonna miss them a great deal. I'm leaving here, I'm going to Jeddah to spend some time with Ronnie, and then I'm gonna go to Dubai for a few days as well, but I'm just gonna really miss everyone. I'll still talk to everyone, but I'll miss my friends from work. I'll miss Tagreed and Jessica and Fatma and Azza and some of the most amazing people, and DB and Montoya, Aggie Pride from home, and the ladies that I met through Francesca and KJ, and I'm just gonna really miss everyone. I'll be able to see them online, but I won't have easy access to everyone, but it is what it is. I'm having dates in Saudi coffee. I don't know if you've probably never seen Saudi coffee. It's yellow. Let me show you. There it is. You can see that. But it's very strong. That's why it comes in these little bitty cups. And it has no sugar, so you eat the dates and you drink the Saudi coffee. Production is here, so there's no telling how this video is going to turn out, but I'm trying, y'all. He left me again. He's showing up. He left me. He's already in the States, but I'll be there in a week and a half, almost 2. I gotta play a little bit first. I'll do a little more shooting as I'm boarding the plane. Bye-bye. That is so funny! Hey Angie.
Are you still in a video?
Uh-huh.
Why are you looking through the viewfinder? Why don't you use the big window?
Girl.
I'm sure that got on there.
Oh, you can't see me because I'm by the window. Yes, Arvita! Here, so I just bought this one. Say hello, brother.
Welcome, sister.
Thank you. I can't even imagine. Oh my God.